Did you know that you can buy a house with no income, no job, right? Call it a ninja loan, no income, no job. And you can still buy the house. First thing I need you to know is that this video is not financial advice for you. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would do. Now, you are free to use this information however you would like, right? So I'm just giving it to you from my perspective, right? My POV. And so I've been through a lot of this. And so what I do is I just typically come on and share some videos with you. By the way, if you are subscribed to the channel, please do me a huge favor. I pray, I thank you. Let at least one other person know about this channel so we can start growing and promoting this channel together. So if you watch any of my videos, you know that I live very close to the DFW airport, so you can probably hear planes passing over. And if it gets too loud, I know a lot of the cargo planes and the A380s, I'm learning a little bit about planes. These things are huge and very loud. So I think we're on the final approach for DFW International. So just keep that in mind. If you hear that going over, you're like, what's that strange noise? That's literally an airplane flying over my head. So beautiful day. Want to get outside and enjoy the day. Being outside gives me energy. I always says that the sun heals. It'll heal your body. It'll heal your mind. I just love being outside on days like this. And so I just want to share with you some things I've learned about buying houses. And see, most people erroneously believe that the only way that you can buy a house, you got to have income from a job. And that's not the case. There are other ways that you can buy a house. There's more ways than what I mention on these videos. There are things I don't even know about because I don't know it all. I'm not that guy who's going to get on here and pretend to know it all. I don't know it all. I wish I knew things before I made the mistakes I made, but because I was unfortunate enough to make the mistakes, you guys are fortunate enough to learn from it. I call that wisdom. Hey, I'll learn from you. What'd you say, buddy? Don't go that way, the bridge is out? Say less. Hey, what'd you say? There's another way to buy a house without having to need a job? Say more. And first thing, the reason I'm addressing this because I know people are addicted, obsessed with buying homes. Now, Grant Cardone would tell you never buy a home under any circumstance. I wouldn't tell you that. Dave Ramsey would say always buy a home under any circumstance. I wouldn't tell you that. I'll just tell you what I think. And I do, now I'm starting to believe what one of my viewers said, one of my subscribers, loyal subscribers said, hey, this information is great. You're probably way ahead of your time. So I appreciate that. So let's talk about it. A house, number one thing you need to know about a house, and this is just me sharing what I know. Number one thing you know about the house, and if you guys agree or disagree, put it in the comments. If you have somebody who've had an experience or you have, drop it in the comments, let us know. Share the channel if you don't mind. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the Keep It Real channel, right? So first thing you got to know about a house is the house has the ability, well, I should say it this way, a house is neutral. So a house is, it's neither a liability or an asset in the beginning. The house is very neutral for you. So a house that's for sale for you is not an asset, it's not a liability. The only thing that's going to change that is what happens when you become the owner. And I'll just put that in quotation. You never become the owner if you watch my videos, but let's just say hypothetically you do. Right? So when you buy the house, because you guys think you own the house, you don't. You own a loan. Somebody else who owns the loan on the house. Right? So let's just leave it at that. But we're not going to dig into all that. We're just going to keep this simple, KISS. Keep it simple. And so if you move into the house and the house, you pay the mortgage on the house, then the house for you is a liability. Sure, it feels like an asset, but the math says it's a liability. Why? Because the law of cash flow. Cash flow says if money flows to you, it's a good thing. If money flows away from you, it's a bad thing. So money flows away from you, liability. Money flows to you, asset. And that's from the thing. So if you put the house in the middle, if money flows to your pockets or to your bank account from the house each month, that's an asset. If the money flows away from your house, away from you, that's a liability. So when you pay the mortgage, are you getting paid or is someone else getting paid? Exactly, someone else is getting paid. So that's why I say if you live in a house and pay the mortgage, it's a liability. If you own the house and rent the house to a tenant, then it's an asset. But for most of you, it's going to be a liability to begin with, right? So you're going to live in a house. I know they're going to tell you houses appreciate. It does. I'm just telling you, just depends on when you buy. It depends on when you buy. If you buy and it's the Titanic, it's probably not going to appreciate. I'm just telling you. So the Titanic in this case is you buy at the top of a market. You buy at the top of a market, it goes down. That happens for anything. Stock market, Bitcoin, go look at Bitcoin for the last 30 days. It got to like 110. Where is it now? Like 80? It's just, if you buy at the top of the market, you're the sucker, right? Now, I know you need a house. You don't need Bitcoin, but I know you need a house, right? So first thing you got to understand is, hey, is the house an asset or a liability to me and my family? Bam. Now that you understand that, now you got to start looking at the most important question when you come to buying a house. No, it's not my job. How much is it? How much is the mortgage? How much is the utilities? What are the property taxes? What's the interest rate? It's none of that. First question you got to ask before you buy the house is number one question. That is this. And I didn't know this, but I know now. How am I going to pay for this house? Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. How am I going to pay for this house? Let's say it one more time. The most important question you ask yourself before you buy a house is 1, 2, 3. How am I going to pay for this house? Program yourself to ask that. Now, that's going to get you to thinking, and you're going to go, wait a minute. How do I pay for this house? The mortgage is 30 years. So do I need a job for 30 years? Not a good deal for me. I don't want to work for 30 years. I certainly don't want to sell my future 30 years to own this house. So that's not a good deal for me. I'd rather do something else, right? So you can do that. You can go and get the house, spend the 30 years in prison, paying for the house, and that could be your life. That's up to you if you want it that badly. So again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I would do. So you don't need a job. You don't need income. Well, Shon, how are you going to pay for the house? Glad you asked. I have this formula. I've never seen it anywhere else, and I made it up myself. But there's always somebody who thinks like you, so it could be out there. But as far as I know, it's not. And I call it ACL, not the thing in your knee. It's asset times cash flow equals liability. ACL, asset times cash flow equals liability. What does that mean? That means the house we've already determined is a liability based on what? Cash flow. Cash go, liability. If your cash flow is cash go, it's a liability. When you got that car, I know you look cute in it. I know you're posting on the gram. Everybody's liking it. But let me ask you this. When the car note is due, who's paying who? Oh, you're paying them? Cash go, then it's a liability. And I want to keep this video short, but the planes keep flying over. That's a little smaller plane, but you guys probably can hear it. By the way, comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you guys think? And I hope you guys learn this and share it with your family and friends so it could change their lives. Because a house mortgage for like a ridiculously amazing house might be $2,500 today. I don't know. And it might be a beautiful home you love, maybe $3,000. A business can make that for you. So you don't have to always go to work. And plus, if you tie the house to your job and you lose your job, now what? Because you guys tie your whole lifestyle to your jobs. I've done it. I know what I'm talking about. And then you lose your job, you lose your lifestyle. I'm just telling you. So you don't want to be in that position. So we've already determined that the house that you live in and pay a mortgage on is a liability because cash go, right? Either cash flows to you or cash goes from you. If it's cash flow, good thing. Cash go, not good. So your mortgage is due, you pay the lender, cash goes out from you. You got a house, okay, I got you, but it's still liability. Don't forget that it is. It's important to always understand. Put the emotions aside. The math don't lie, right? And so how are you going to pay for it? Let's say you choose your job to pay for it, and then something happens with your job, and it ain't always your fault. There are people out there who are very close to losing their jobs. They don't even know it. They're not even aware, and it's not their fault. So you could be in that situation because these companies want to get rid of you more than you want to be there. I'm just telling you, they want to get rid of you. It's going to come down to the math, right? They ain't going to show no mercy. The math don't show mercy. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. Now listen to me. Read my lips. And if I was Shakira, read my hips. You're going to lose your job one day. It's just the way it is. My advice is now that you know that, get prepared for that, okay? You're going to be old one day. I'm going to be old one day, right? My kids say I'm old now. But now that I know that, what do? I start getting in shape, start exercising, lifting weights, walking. I'm getting what? Prepared for what's coming. I'm telling you guys to be prepared. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. And so understand that A better way to do it, again, is ACL, asset times cash flow equals liability, and I'll show you that real quick, and then I'm out. Also, really quickly, if you guys want to learn how to start a business from your phone so you can use it to buy the house without having to leave your house to make money, you can make it on your couch, in your bed, then you need to start what I call a middleman business. Be the company in the middle who matches the customers to the business. You don't have to do any of the work. The business does the work. You just find the customer and get paid to do it. If you want to learn how to make money and you know that your job is not safe, then you need to put the word middleman in the comments below, or click the link in the video description below to change your life. My students can tell you this is a powerful, powerful shift in mindset and shifting your finances. And if you want to learn how to do it, I'll teach you and I'll be with you through the whole journey. But you gotta put middleman in the comments below, or just click the link in the description and go get your seat before they're all gone. I've had students tell me they want me to come to their cities and do trainings, and I'm thinking about that. So, and I got a bunch of students in ATL, so that might be my first stop leaving Dallas to go to ATL. So let's wrap this up. ACL, asset times cash flow equals liability. Liability is anything that takes money from you. So we're talking about a house today, but it doesn't have to be a house. It could be a car. It could be a vacation, it could be whatever, right? A boat, whatever, whatever is the thing, whatever the thing is that's going to take money out of your pocket, that's the liability. So in this case, we're talking about a house, but it doesn't always have to be a house. It could be a car. You might say, hey, I want a new Mercedes truck. All right, what's that thing going to cost a month? $1,500 a month. Okay, next question, how am I going to pay for it? Okay, how are you going to pay for it? Well, you need to create an asset or acquire an asset. That an asset could be an investment, it could be a vending machine, it could be the stock market, it could be, I hate to say Bitcoin, because if you sell it, you don't own it anymore. I like stuff that keeps giving you money, like dividends from stocks, a business, even a snowball trailer. I'm right here. There's a little snack trailer right here in the neighborhood, snowball trailer or something like that. Could just print money for you over and over. So if the car is $1,500, you create some type of online middleman business like mine. I make $150 per customer. I do that 10 times in a month. I make enough to go get my new Mercedes, and I don't need a job. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So asset times cash flow equals liability. Then your job is to create or develop or acquire some type of asset, use the asset to pay for the liability. So if the house is going to cost you, say for instance, $3,000 a month, which is a really nice house, then the question is, how are you going to make $3,000 a month to pay the mortgage? And you cannot say job. So, right? And so now you get creative. You go, I could do a vending machine. I could do a snowball stand. I could sell water. I don't know. I could create an online website. I could do this. I could do that. I could start a middleman business with Shon-Jhon. I could do a bunch of things, and it can work. So I got to go because this lawnmower's coming, and I got to get off here, guys. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments. If you want to get in the class, put middleman in the comments below. And if you understand what I'm saying, let me know in the comments. Have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day, guys. See you on the other video. Peace.